So last time, obviously, there had been. I mean, Yama, you're very familiar with this since you watched the video. But there had been discussion. There had been traveling. It had been fine. There was a rolling table and everything. It was cute. Um, and
I
you
just
all.
got shot at twice and tried to get punched.
Mm-hmm. There was conflict. There was sneaking away at night. There was finding a trail of animal parts, sneaking away at night, and a very excellently like very in character, very like very real sense of fear from Yuri being like, we need to leave, which I love, and everything. And then because I had control of one of the little player characters, I could just put my GM hand on the scales and be like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna give you the option again for this as a party," and everything. And then it was decided that if you leave them be, that it could be. It's kind of a bad sitch either way. But nonetheless, we are back here, and we've already kind of discussed the plan. So before I kick off as Yuri, not Yuri. So as far as kick off as Nhudrel, I will
Noodle.
as Noodle. Noodle will officially be Noodle, and only Noodle will I play them.
How we can tell the difference.
So that's the only way. Me and Jack sound so much alike, and we will play exactly the same. I'm not nearly so so fan servicey as Jack as a player, but nonetheless, is there anything that you all want to do? Knowing that there's like a trap set up and all that portion of it, is there anything you all want to do before I kind of kick off Noodle creating noise?
Oh, the other thing was that Yuri had given them bardic expiration. Yes.
Yep.
Inspiration.
You expire.
I'm gonna expire.
You're so expiring.
We're expired.
Who
We're
had
gonna die.
who had
We're just
Bardic?
gonna expire.
If
in the
this is
tent.
like the foresty bit and I'm up here, I would probably just slowly creep around to here, so I'm
Okay.
Yeah.
nicer.
Yep.
And like more so actually, yeah, probably here because then I'm just not in. Yeah, I'll behind these two rocks because then I can kind of hide behind for now.
Exactly.
And then not be seen.
So how do you do this mapping? No, that's draw. How do you point it? Hello? Oh yeah, this thing. So they would have put the trap. It never said where, but I'm assuming it would have been like.
No,
at
the
the
trap
entrance?
is literally just that you're surprising them. It's not a physical trap. It's that you're jumping them.
I thought we put out a physical trap.
I also thought that was a physical trap.
Oh, maybe there was. I don't remember.
Because like Hicks was looked around to like make something apparently.
Yeah, in my
it was
mind,
like an easy like tripwire or something.
in my mind, it was just like a trap
a
to
tripwire thingy here.
encourage. Yeah, exactly. And in my mind, there's basically almost certainly a surprise round on this Sea Hag. Almost certainly that will go off, and if they roll particularly bad, other things will occur from the trap. They'll drop prone, or they'll get entangled, and they'll lose mobility, all that kind of stuff. But like I wasn't being super formal with it because I was like, all right, you prep for it. I'll give you some bennies based off the dice kind of thing. And so yeah, other things. I think no, I don't want to draw shapes ever. That's never what I want.
Hello.
Oh, I need to also.
Oh.
Draw.
This. Can I draw?
I need to do this.
Woo! I drew.
Nice.
I'm just gonna officially from work go on lunch because I've been
How do I get rid of it now?
for the last hour.
How do I make it go away?
What did you do? What did you draw?
I
Oh,
drew.
little scribbies.
No, I don't know how to get rid of it. Oh wait, the undo. There we go.
Nice.
But nonetheless, anything else before we get all fancy? We get all fancy into it and see how this works.
Just approach the entrance.
Oh, I will just use my hat disguise self to not look like anything related to her. So not even an elf, just
like a
human.
normal medium human.
Yeah, nothing to see here. Even though they probably can tell.
Just
but
a
yeah, it's
regular,
fine.
degular American Midwesterner.
Yes.
No, well, I wouldn't go that far. But
the most boring. It's like, oh my god, I'm so average. No, but yeah, not a fake creature. Okay. So, Nhudrel, after much after much harassment, goes, oh, okay. Let me get to the movie things. Okay, I'm gonna do that. And they just brush themselves off a little bit and then start clattering and stomping around with their metallic jangly armor. Fine day for fishing on the beach. What a wonderful, I'm sure nothing, just speaking so loudly. Trying to be a convincing and loud distraction, and I am gonna roll for
With
Nhudrel.
his -1 deception.
I'm gonna go with for Nhudrel. I'm gonna go with actually performance, which is the same. It's the same. It's a 13. All right. Where is my combat? Where did you go? Combat go. Fine. I'll reopen my combat. But nonetheless, you, Hicks, and Fang both hear stirring, shifting, as the noise is made and obviously heard and beginning to disturb the sea hag. I need you both to roll stealth checks, and both with advantage. You are well hidden, and you are very hard to spot.
I
This
can't
is a
see 'cause the
D20
dice
system.
server is 20 something. 23.
23. Okay, that should be more than good. For Hicks, what did you get, Fang?
18.
18? Great.
Yeah.
That up. There we go. 18. Okay, so you're being hidden as you kind of slowly see who am I gonna which little guy am I gonna get for this little hag? Let's go with you're a goblin, but you'll do. As you slowly see this kind of pile of blankets and rot and stench, sort of like she isn't an ooze, but like her movements feel ooze-like. She sort of shifts under it. She's so covered in like her various trier, and you see her for a brief moment before she comes afoul of your trap. And we are going to roll me a dexterity saving throw, and since this was surprise, why not do it with disadvantage? You know, because that's what's up.
Make it spicy.
That's a 9. So you watch her stumble down forward and go to prone. Prone at that. She hasn't even really spotted Noodle yet. At this point, she was just coming out to look what's happened. Some of the shed tent makeshift item that she put together sort of shifts and everything like that, but doesn't topple over as she kind of clambers and stumbles to the ground. She doesn't know she's in combat yet. Are you all planning to initiate doing harm to this old nasty monster lady?
Well, I mean,
yes, tear off her legs.
okay, and then ask her questions, I guess, when she's legless and armless, I guess.
No, you don't want to try and do that to a hag. That is a very bad idea. You don't want to try and question a hag.
No, question the hag.
I know where she came from. I can tell you where she came from.
Okay.
But no, like hags are notorious. Like you don't.
Hags are bad. They're bad.
They are very good at like if you leave them even out. Like they're good at slinking away and coming back, basically.
Well, we're not going to let it live.
I just, you don't want to hang to be able to talk, is what I also kind of mean.
Okay, so cut off her tongue and then her legs. Got it.
But then you can't question her.
I thought we weren't gonna
But
question her.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. That's my whole point. So let's just kill her. You don't.
Okay.
What is? Okay.
Everyone.
Yuri and Hicks are already fighting like a fucking married couple.
Everyone, roll initiative. Let's just roll
What do you
initiative.
want to do? I don't know. I want to do this. Well, I want to do this. You know what? Fuck your opinion.
I'm gonna go into a rage.
Oh, a 3. Yep, it's beautiful. 3 right there.
Yeah, the
7.
Find
Right.
my button. That's my button. 10.
Look at us with our high rolls. God damn.
Well, you get a surprise round, so no matter what the initiative runs out, you're just going to operate in the order of said surprise round before I even begin to put the real initiative to it.
Okay.
Where is the roll initiative button? Where does that button live? This
It's,
is how little I
it's
ever
right
play.
next to your armor.
How little I ever play as a character.
Oh, right. I need to roll initiative. That would help.
There it is. Yep.
Okay, that's 21.
Oh.
Yeah, that's much better than the rest of the group.
Nhudrel,
Okay.
and Hicks.
So, Yuri, you go first. You see this hag has stumbled out, of their little like makeshift shelter.
Okay, and are they prone at the moment? So they have advantage on just attacks.
What?
They're
They're
prone.
prone.
They're prone. They are down on the ground. So yeah, melee attacks would have advantage on them. I think.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think technically ranged attacks when things are prone have disadvantage, but you also kind of have high ground. So I'm just gonna call it even and be like you're at a great angle to hit someone that's laying on the ground. So why would you have disadvantage?
Fuck them up.
Yeah, the disadvantage usually comes from, it's hard because there's lots of things in the way, but there's really nothing in the way of you being able to see them from your spot.
No, any attack roll has advantage against prone.
Oh, good,
Just check.
good.
I don't. Maybe it was an older rule or something, but yeah, just check D&D Beyond. Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna use my bow because I might as well make use of the advantage while
Might as
they
well.
are there. So that is a 19. I'm guessing that hit.
I mean that heavily armored sea hag. Yeah, of course that hits. That absolutely hits them.
But yeah, I'm just gonna aim for the back of the head, and
Do that damage.
that's gonna be 9 damage. And then I'll
Ooh.
just duck behind the rock again, like.
Pretty good for just a little pop up and shoot right there. Hag now knows that they're in combat as an arrow strikes their back, and they're like,
Great.
See, this is why you don't want it to make noise.
Oh, cut out its tongue.
I'm gonna say that Nhudrel was smart enough to be in engagement range. It was being like, what's roughly 30 feet of movement so I can close on it if it comes out. Nhudrel's just gonna swing at the creature. It's 22.
Nice.
And we're gonna say that they're using it, since it's battle axe, it's 12 damage, I wanna say. 11 or 12. I'm not seeing how it comes up in the encounter.
It says the first roll's 11 and then the second roll's 12.
Yeah, so that was one-handed or two-handed. Because
If you just right click a roll, like for hit DC, right click it, you can choose to do it with advantage.
Ew. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Advantage. Okay, first one was better. And I suppose I should do that. Ignore all these extra things popping up. I'm just going to do the 12 damage. So the hag screams out as Nhudrel looms over it and just like swings down aggressively with their battle axe. Just with a cold calculation that is absolutely not in character for them. Let's Next would be Fang, and then it will be Hicks. Fang.
Okay, Fang is gonna rage. Click that. And then she's gonna swing down at it with her great sword.
Don't forget you got advantage.
Yeah.
I remembered.
There we
There you go,
go.
23.
That'll hit. That'll hit.
And 8.
Solid 8 damage for Fang as you kind of as you just sort of gang up on this sea hag. She's looking pretty hurt already. Looking real hurt already. Not on death's door, but definitely significantly gray blue blood oozing out of her wounds.
Ew.
Ew.
The squish noises is really the upsetting things when you hit her.
Ugh.
And now it is Hicks's go, unless there's anything else that Fang's gonna do.
She, I'm trying to scooch forward without being actually on it. I'm just gonna say it. Finished.
Gotcha.
Have her finished.
There you go.
Thank
You
you.
have your barbarian shifty features now as too, don't you?
I do. I don't want to put my mouth on this though.
That's more than respectable.
That's
The
100%
realism,
fair,
the
neither would
absolute
I.
realism of it's like, oh, I could become like a monster thing and nope, this is not touching my tongue.
That's not going in my mouth.
That's-
Genuinely thought about
We
it.
are not in a
I
dire
did.
situation yet. We'll wait in case that's necessary. But yeah, it takes
I
us to
just
go.
Just poor Fang at one point tries to bite a lava elemental.
Mhm.
Oh no. So he's gonna take out his human hair and
It's like a overly cooked microwave hot pocket. Just
the
burning up
14
that
hits.
mouth. A 14, is that with advantage?
Yeah.
A 14 just hits. That is its armor
Oh.
class.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
Noted.
So
That's 8.
another 8 damage. Oh man, if y'all had rolled higher on initiative, this would be a walk. But is there anything else Hicks does before we?
No.
Yuri, you're able to see from your vantage that as the three of them are absolutely like curb stomping this sea hag, you're able to see from your advantage that it is beginning to like come to its senses. It's weakened, it's very wounded, but it is beginning to like respond and start lifting itself up. It is your go.
Okay.
Oh, remember we do all have bardic inspiration as well. So if you're
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just I'll probably just attack. I mean, it's like I'm pretty fucking injured, so I will just get a 23 and
That'll hit.
Oh.
do 8 damage as I'm gonna shoot for its sponge.
it's sponge.
It's sponge.
Sponge.
What's it?
I'm aiming for its fishy fanny.
I heard a sponge and I was like, it has a
I
sponge.
heard a sponge too.
Okay, I'm
But
glad
Yuri
one.
really hates hags. He wants it to hurt.
Yep. It cries out in incredible pain, and with said cries, like louder, it shrieks, and with said shriek.
Oh shit.
Shit, wrong button.
Let's go with. Not really an exact representation, so I'm just going to say these two symbols here. Two creatures begin to emerge from the water.
Oh crap.
They are
Crusty crab.
some sort of combination of fish, crustacean, coral, barnacle, humanoid in shape, arms, legs, almost like sea zombies of some sort. And all you can
What
hear
you
is
see in
their
Pirates of the Caribbean, basically.
yeah. All you can hear is them gurgling, gurgling. Don't hurt mother, and they
Oh.
start coming.
She's not having any more kids now, don't worry.
What is their movement speed? Not great. We are going to. This one can get to Fang. They both get to Fang. 5. Can't quite both get to Fang. Oop. But one of them gets to Fang and attacks Fang.
Remember, you can reaction block it if need be, Fang.
Oh.
With your tail.
Oh.
Well, it depends. They might miss, but you can use your tail to add the AC as a reaction.
All right, they are going to swing at you, Fang. What's your AC?
15.
At and I think they're going to that one. All right. So Fang, this creature just reaches out and claws at you with its like bare hands, scratching at your skin for and then like also like pummeling you, and unlike you, it doesn't have a problem with biting and tries to bite you as well. It does manage to get a little nibble. You're raging though, right?
I am raging.
You could use your reaction to try and block it.
Yeah. Do you want to try and block? It had one success. It had 2 successful attacks out of 3 swings, essentially.
Okay. I would like to try and react with my tail.
Okay. What is your tail block reaction? What is it mechanically? Is it just a?
To roll a D8, applying a bonus to my AC equal to the number of rolls, potentially causing the attack to miss me. Oh, okay, so it's whatever the D8 is plus.
Yeah, so it adds to your AC.
Okay. Does it only work for one attack, or is it like shield where it holds up for?
If a creature.
I think it's just one with N.
Yeah, I think it's just that attack.
Okay, that stops one of the swing. I'll say that you tried to block the first attack that actually got through to you, which is one of the swings. Oh no. We'll say it's the bite because it works on the bite. And everything, and I'll rule in favor of that. So you're fine with it hitting you a little bit. You take, I've already halved it for you, 2 damage. You're fine with it like punching you, but once it tries to get its teeth on you, you're like, no, and you manage to block that away, preventing that 2 damage from hitting you. So 2 damage total from this creature. The other one, calling out for its mother and everything, doesn't quite get in range, and they don't have anything ranged to do. But the sea hag is there. Now, I know for a fact that Yuri is... I generally rule that everyone pretty much knows how hags work with their horrific appearance. I know for a fact Yuri would know this, and Hicks would as well be aware of this. I assume you all told Nhudrel and Fang, don't look at it for too long.
Yeah, I mean, last session Yuri did literally... Well, actually, to be fair...
You downloaded a lot of information. I think it's fair that you would have been like... Once they were like attacking, Yuri would have been like, you can't look at this. And if you want to roll a die about it to see if you gave that specific detail.
Yeah, I will, because Yuri would have said they're really fucking hideous. And like, because he did, and he did ramble about that, but I'm not sure if how well that would have translated into don't look at them, because it would have been more coming across like Yuri being like, they're uggos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got 17,
Yeah,
so yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay, so unless I specifically do an action to force it, I'm not making you worry about the horrific appearance, because it literally is like, unless you're surprised by it, by it in its true form, it's normal that players would not look at something so monstrous directly in the eye and be like, "This is fine. My mind is slipping," and everything. So it gets up.
This is totally okay.
It gets up and just says, "Protect me, boys," and then turns. It doesn't, of course, move because it doesn't want to evoke an attack of opportunity, but it does stand. And it turns and it's gonna go with, God, there's no smart choices in this combat for this creature. It looks around, it's like armored, very dangerous with weapons, giant, huge people. I'm not in a good place. So it's gonna go with the one that doesn't look like it's wearing any kind of armor, which is Fang. Fang, that's a 17 to hit. That hits, yes. And we will do, you know what, we'll roll it, sure. That is 12 half to 6 slashing damage. As it, swipes back at Fang and sort of screams. It doesn't have a lot of runway, and it will take multiple attacks of opportunity. It's smart enough to know this. So what it starts doing is it starts crying. The hag starts weeping and blubbering, being like, "Why would you attack me in my home? I was harming nothing." That is the end of the sea hag's turn. It is Nhudrel's turn. Nhudrel knows what sea hags are, though, because Nhudrel's from the waters. So Nhudrel does not.
Frog.
Yeah, Nhudrel's frog. Nhudrel knows amphibious creatures. So Nhudrel's going to attack. That's enough to hit it. And Nhudrel's going to roll damage. So Fang, certainly not Hicks, certainly not Yuri. Fang, maybe there's a moment of concern as something starts crying, even though it just like clawed out at you. You're in a fight. It's a weird vibe. But Nhudrel, knowing what hags are, and Yuri having explained very well what Yuri's perspective on hags are, Nhudrel just puts it down. Just puts its axe into it and drops the hag. And that is Nhudrel's turn. Probably would go to engage. Position themselves to engage. Yeah. And then that's Nhudrel's turn. So it would be Fang's turn.
Fang is just bewildered for a moment that it starts crying.
Mm-hmm.
But the moment that Nhudrel comes and like smacks its axe into it, she's like, okay, still killing it, got it. She's gonna swing down at it again.
Oh no, it's dead. Nhudrel put it all the way down.
Now we just have to kill her babies.
Yeah, now it's just the babies.
Okay. Baby murder time.
So romantic.
So romantic, right?
Nine. What does Bardic do again?
D6. If you are worried you're not going to hit.
I'm a little worried. 14.
14 hits. I assume you're attacking the one that was attacking you.
Yeah. $11.
Ooh, it doesn't love that, but it takes it. And it starts crying because you've killed its mom.
Stop
Confused.
crying.
To be clear, these are grown men looking things. They're full adult size things. This is not like
Oh
it's
no,
a
they're
child.
man children.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse.
They're just like, what's happening? Mom,
Oh
no.
gosh.
Is there
Making
anything
it
else you
easier for us to kill them.
do? Is there anything else you do, Fang?
She like shifts in to get closer to both of them. She's still raging, and she's also confused that the grown man is bawling his eyes out. Like,
Not really the
okay.
not really the vibe. That it would be Hicks's turn.
I guess this one. He'd the point.
Mhm.
Oh wait, I've got to roll it. How do we do this? I got to roll. How do you roll two? How do you roll a d12? Are they? Because it's injured, so it's gonna take. He's gonna point his finger at it and use Toll of the Dead.
Ooh.
But I need to roll a d12.
Yeah,
'Cause
the little
it's not
dice
gonna
icon will do it.
otherwise. Yeah. Nice.
Do I do a save
So
on Toll of
unless
the
it
Dead
makes
at
a
all?
yeah, it's a wisdom save. So you gotta do a wisdom save.
Yeah, I was like, does that have a save, or do you just get to just whip damage as a kind? Is it the
No,
most power damage? You said con save or no wisdom?
No,
save?
wisdom.
Save. As you imagine, these are so wise. What's the DC?
14.
That's a 19 on the die.
But it takes no damage at all.
Yeah,
It doesn't take.
yeah, it's a
I don't
cantrip, so it probably takes nothing.
Mm.
And so you do the bells are ringing, and it only harmonizes with its crying.
I'm actually making it more depressed. That was my idea.
Leave the music to me.
It's not music, it's depression.
It's depression.
It's a funeral.
The
I'm tolling the
vibe
bells
is
for a
strong.
funeral.
Is there anything else that you do on your turn, Hicks?
No, because that kind of counts as an action, so you can't really do anything. No. He's not
right.
gonna waste a spell slot.
We are back up to Yuri. Hag's dead. Hag's dead. These little monsters are just your typical kind of like beastly, ghastly constructs, but they're not a sea hag.
God, I literally only have one damaging spell in this entire spell book. Fucking hell, I need.
Yep, that bard life. That bard life. I have so many things to affect social stuff and mess with people.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot the one.
The one that
here.
the one that you're highlighting. Yep.
Okay, 20 hits. It's not a natural 20. It's just
Dirty
rolling
20.
well. And then that is going to be 4 damage. I rolled a 1.
I mean, every little bit helps. But your arrow plinks into it. You can't tell if it notices because it's sad tears, or could also be tears of pain, emotional pain and physical pain, very similar. But that one takes 4 damage. And is there anything else that you do during this time?
No.
Yeah, you just kind of stay tucked.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with weird baby men.
Mm-hmm. All right, baby man turn. Baby man going. Baby men. They're gonna gang up on Fang. Mostly because Nhudrel hasn't hit them yet. Baby men are gonna.
Your reaction again, Fang. By the way.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Just good reminder. Well, that ain't gonna do it. That ain't gonna. Oop, that will do it. And then, so they hit you once with one of their fists, and then you know that they swing wide one time, or the first one swings wide one time, hits you once with one of their fists, and then, does that. I saw that you rolled for your block. What did that put your AC at? A 22?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the second, the one that hit you was also a 22. So I think it still makes it through on that. But and then instead of this, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Fang.
Do you have your bardic still?
No,
I
she used
it.
it, I think.
Oh,
Oh,
That's
that's good.
fine.
You got a
You're
20.
great.
You got 25. You're good.
So you take some damage, but you're not going to take the full brunt. So that's 4 half to 2, and another. Roll that just. So you take a total of 5 damage. I've already halved it from the first one swinging at you, and then the second one just sort of piles on. I'm just gonna burn through the rolls. That's a nat 20. That's that misses, and that one's gonna try it again. I need another con save from you as well, Fang.
Okay. Oh, that was almost amazing. I almost had it.
Oh no.
So awful. All right, so this one gets a little bit more furious with you and does a total of half that. Does a total of 6 damage to you. And with the failed constitution, one of these quills that the other one tried to plug into you actually like gets deep enough, gets under the tissue and hits your mark, and you are considered poisoned. You're poisoned for up to a minute. You can of course repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns. And while you are poisoned, you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks, but not saving throws, so it won't affect your saving throw. But your next round of attacks will be there. And that is their go, as they're piling on Fang. So they did 6 damage total. 11 damage, I think, combined, or what have you. But poisoned poor Fang, and it is now Nhudrel's turn, and Nhudrel's very upset because Fang is being ganged up on, and Fang is being bullied.
Just a quick thing, Fang. Just because I've noticed with your sheet, you don't have to do it now, but it's just something you can do as a bonus action if you have one. Is you can shift to give yourself 4 temporary hit points. As because that's like a big part of shifter, so you can just use that to twice per long rest just to give yourself some temp HP.
The occasional little bit of temp HP. Nhudrel has spells. What does Nhudrel have for spells? Nhudrel has no attack spells. All right, then swinging with the axe it is. We're keeping it simple. Nhudrel's going to target the weaker one. Absolutely crushes it. Or absolutely hits it. Does a total of 13 damage to it.
Sheesh.
Damn.
Yep. That one is looking real hurt. Like a good thing. The other one is still looking pretty healthy because you haven't, as a group, been focusing on it. It's just gotten a little damage. And we are on to Fang, and then Hicks. You are up next, and then Yuri. It's a very even split of just like, okay, it's this group, and then these two, and then this group, and then these two.
So I'm rolling to hit at a disadvantage.
Yeah, you'd roll a hit, which you can right-click at a disadvantage. Which one are you attacking? Is it this one? Or is it the one that's weaker or the one that's stronger?
The one that's weaker.
Okay.
Oh, what? Wait a minute. I didn't do that right. Oof.
You swing right wide, disadvantage bad. You can roll
No.
another con save for your thing. Straight roll, no disadvantage for the
15.
saves. You are no longer poisoned. You have cleared up your poisoning condition.
Cool.
Maybe
Yay.
retch a little bit to get it out of your system, or suck it out of the wound and spit it in their face. Any number of dramatic and in-moment action badassery.
Two.
Do you want to use a bonus action or anything else?
How gross looking are they? How gross do they look? How gross are they?
Close to death. The one that's hurt looks pretty hurt. Like if you'd gotten a good hit on it, it probably would have gone down. So it's in the death's door kind of territory. The other one is spry. It's only taken a little bit of damage.
I'm going to bite it against my better judgment.
wait,
am I still rolling at a disadvantage?
Just to check, Fang, have you shifted yet, though, with your bite?
No, I've not shifted.
Because you have to shift first before you can use your bite. So you have to use a turn to use your bonus action to shift, which gives you the temp HP, and then you're shifted for
X amount of.
you're shifted for a minute, and then the next turn you can bite after you do your normal attacks. But you have to do shift first.
Do you want to, because you're just stepping into this mechanic, do you want to say that you shifted first? Because you missed your attack anyway, so I'm not super worried about it. That would mean that, if you do a bite, you're going to still try and bite it with disadvantage, but either way. But I'm fine with you rearranging that, being like, I shift first, I missed on my main attack, that's fine, or whatever the attack is. Or does the bite replace the main attack? Is it
No, the bite's a bonus attack.
Bite's a bonus attack.
Action.
Nah, she's can she still attack and then shift? Or is that an action and an action?
Let me look at your character sheet. Let me look at this.
So your shift is a bonus action. The confusing thing is you've technically got two bites. You've got your rage bite, which is a normal action, and then you've got your shift bite, which is a bonus action.
Okay, form of beast, bite, 1 action, claw, 1 action, tail, 1 action, tail, reaction, form of the beast. Strength. Bonus actions. Onto form Fang. Yeah, you do. Oh, but it's a bonus action to bite. So if shift is a bonus action, then you wouldn't be able to bite until your next turn anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
that's fine.
but shifting immediately gives you the extra 4 HP. Should give you the extra 4 temp HP, so you can add that to your sheet.
Yeah, that helps.
All right. Hicks, is your go.
He'll move up to the injured one.
Mhm.
And just try and smack it, I guess. Oops. Whoa. Nearly clicked off. Oh, fuck. Nearly clicked the wrong button again. I don't even know if that hits.
15, right?
Can't see. My dice is in the way. I can't see the numbers.
I think it's 15.
15.
Yeah. That does hit. That hits.
And it's going to do 11 points of damage to it.
How do you end this? What does it look like when Hicks puts this creature down?
Literally cuts it into 3 pieces. It's like you'll cut off the head, and then you'll slice it across the abdomen. So it's literally into 3 pieces.
Oof.
Like sushi.
Like sushi, yeah, it's creating a sushi roll.
Tumbles down onto the ground, little bits and pieces. Its brother, sibling, whatever, creature, looks over, starts crying harder. Why would you hurt my family? But is there anything else Hicks does with bonus action? Are we good? I don't know if you have any cool bonus actions.
I do, but I'm not using them on them.
Yeah.
He would then just move a bit closer to this one. Go, can you move here? Hey, because it's not going past and it gives Nhudrel some space to move in. Because that's not going to give him an opportunity attack. 'Cause he's not like
Nope.
moving like woo woo. He's just
yeah. You're staying
next to him.
in melee range, but giving Nhudrel space to engage.
Yeah.
And that is Hicks's turn. Yuri, can I have a perception check from you at the start of your turn? This is not an
Okay.
action.
23.
Yuri,
Ooh.
you see in the distance, a little bit off to the coast, around like here-ish, which if you're zoomed out is kind of like middle of the water here. You see some bubbling, some disturbances, like maybe there's something else in the water, and everything. Doesn't look super close yet, but it's not good, whatever that is. So there is an urgency, if you will, to address this problem, or a new problem might pop up. There we go. New problem might pop up. Go for it.
15, 20, 25. What is my speed? Okay. 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh wait, I don't. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
And then first things first, I will just shoot the alive one.
Yeah.
That hits. That's 19.
Yep.
That's 7 damage.
7 damage. Definitely hurt, but not wrecked yet. You are chipping away at it, but it still seems sturdy enough.
Oopsie.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action and go. What am I going to say? Well, it's something super inspiring. Wow, I'm really good at being a bard tonight. Yeah. I was trying to think of a pun, but I couldn't do it. No, tell you what, Fang, you're inspired. I've did something really amazing. You are like, wow.
Wow.
But yeah, you have a bardic inspiration. And you just feel like your life has complete that amazing bardic inspiration. And then I'm just gonna casually be like, "Hi guys, something's coming out of the water. Might be bad. Might be bad." And I'll just point to the bubbles.
Great.
I'm really eloquent tonight.
So eloquent.
It's okay, he's panicked. It's fine.
Fine.
I started my shift like 14 hours ago. I've been up for a while.
The eloquence is thin right now. It's thin. 100% understandable. All of you catch the warning and catch the direction. The warning is from this is where No. This creature is pretty enraged.
Oops.
It turns its attention to Hicks, though, because Hicks is the one who put the killing blow to its sibling, and it's going to unleash angry little fists at you, Hicks.
No. Oh no.
That's not going to hit.
Imagining like a windmill punching.
I imagine a 11 doesn't hit your AC either, correct?
No.
So you're able to like quickly fend away its like wild fist throws, but I need you to make me a athletics check. Yeah, athletics check.
No.
Strength saving throw. It's a grapple. It's a grapple escape of DC 12.
Oh well, I mean they're both on 0, so who fucking knows?
Hmm.
No.
Oh.
Wait, I can add bardic expression. Hold on.
You might want to give it a try. Maybe it'll be enough.
What is it? It's a 6, eh?
Hmm?
Yeah, 12.
12 is exactly what you needed to escape. A DC of 12. As this tentacle whips out of seemingly under the earth, and then you can track it to it's coming off the back of its body somewhere to try and grab you. It does still hit you. It does still hit you and do 6 bludgeoning damage to you as it like strikes you, but you're able to like peel it off quickly before it grabs you and grapples you. And that is the end of their turn. Nhudrel's just gonna be a quiet executioner as he's been so far. Just step to that convenient space that you made for him. To do so, and Nhudrel's just gonna do the thing, do the swingy thing. That's does Nhudrel also have a bardic? Yuri?
Yeah, he hasn't used it yet. We all have bardic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nhudrel also has
You all have one.
Okay, I'm gonna roll bardic on this one. That's only a 12. That's not gonna hit. Nhudrel swings and it dodges wide. And then bonus action. Does Nhudrel have any dope bonus actions? Not with how I have them holding their greatsword. Nope. Or their battle axe. So, Nhudrel's turn is done. We are on to Fang. Fang, you're in nasty form. What does nasty form Fang look like? What is beast form Fang? We know that Fang's big, strong, redheaded, powerful, big, strong mommy, but
So she's about the same size, just on she's quadrupedal now. She's on all fours. She's a lion. There's the longer strands of fur that still have the talismans tied to the bottoms of them, beaded, and her piercings are still there. They're big golden lion. Not like gold, like shining, but like golden furred.
Yeah.
Lion.
Big golden.
Pretty normal looking besides like the amount of accessories that are on her and the longer strands of fur that could almost mistakenly make her look like a male as a lion. But you know,
the big mane. Yeah.
Not a male. Yeah, the mane.
Yeah, you don't have to roll with disadvantage anymore. Swing at this boy. Or you can bite at it with your rage bite. You can double bite if you want to.
We're gonna swing with claws. 24.
Yeah, 24 is gonna hit.
Slap him.
6 damage.
You can do it again.
Ayo!
You can do your claws twice.
Oh, okay, cool. More claws. Switching. 15.
15 still hits.
2.
I see 5 damage. 5.
Oh, 5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. That's the raging.
And then do you want a bonus action bite it?
Yeah.
Give me that bite.
17.
That hits.
8.
It is struggling. It is barely standing up. Just barely holding on. That's bonus action and regular actions. Do you move at all?
Just gonna prowl over to the other side of it. So that she could be an ocean view.
Circling the poor thing.
This poor creature. As it weeps for its mother and its fallen kin. Hicks, it's your turn. This thing looks like a strong gust of wind will knock it over.
Hicks, if you miss here, it'll be really embarrassing.
I know, right? He misses. No, he doesn't. He just hits it, isn't it?
That
What was
hits it.
AC again? I don't remember.
You don't know these creatures' ACs, but
I
that
thought we
hits.
worked it out.
Now that was the hag.
Oh. Oh, there's 8. There's 8 damage to it.
Do you also trisect this one as well, or
Yep, he
Yep.
does exactly the same
head
thing.
and torso? It's a good way to split things that are potentially undead. Like you're like, well, I've removed its head and I've made its body less mobile. Hicks, that does
Maybe stomp on the heads for good measures.
yeah, crest of the brain, right?
Yeah.
And with that, the other little offspring of this creature drops down, and for maybe a moment, like Fang definitely got hurt for a brief second. We're not out of initiative yet, but for a brief second, Fang definitely got hurt, but the rest of you are fine, and like Fang would have been fine. Nhudrel has healing magic. It will be okay. And everything. Is there anything else you do on your turn, Hicks?
Well, since Yuri was like, "There's a woo thing in the water,"
Yep.
Hicks would then move away from the shoreline.
Yep.
Not like woo far back, but just probably like,
away enough.
Okay, he would be standing probably like here, but I'm just gonna put him there.
Okay. Before Yuri's turn, which is technically the top of the initiative, we have something peeks its little happy head out of the water. I might have to scale it. I don't know what size it is.
If it's an octopus, Fang, we got to befriend it. And we're going to call her Octavia. Oh, no!
This big?
That's Octavia.
Nope, it's a bum leech.
It's a bum leech.
It's not good. You see it kind of like jump out of the water a little bit. It looks big. It may not be able to easily get itself to shore, but it does look determined, as you can't see any eyes, but its little circle mouth of like giant teeth that are almost, they're certainly at least halfling sized. Poke out and everything. And it's bad looking. Yuri, it's your turn.
Do I have any idea? Because this has been with the hag. Do I have any idea what this is?
Give me a nature or history check, whichever works better for you.
Well, they both have a solid 0.
Yeah,
so
and I'm gonna let you know the DC.
It looks like a nat 20 on my die. That makes me very sad. I'm just
history or a nature. Can we roll one too? I mean, I'm also suck at intelligence, but hey.
Just to point out, this is rude. I don't understand, but you know, that is upsetting.
It's a bad guy.
Let's see what I get.
Yeah. Feel free to roll your own history or nature
20.
checks.
I got a 20.
With
you did get a nat 20.
With a -1.
No, but we respect a nat 20. You, Hicks, with a nat 20, you have never seen this thing. You've never seen this thing before.
It looks bad.
But
let me know.
You have seen giant worms before. And you at least know about, maybe you've seen it at a distance, you know about something called a purple worm. That's a very bad thing. And this isn't that, but it's like if that was teal and had a bunch of fins and extra shit thrown onto it. And so
I'm going to just teleport away and leave you guys to find it, okay?
And so you know that you should probably not engage with it. You are confident that whatever it is, it's around that scale, it's around that size. It's definitely clearly able to swallow up people, even as big as Fang and Nhudrel, with no problem whatsoever. So it's bad. It's bad, and you do not have enough like equipment and legion to deal with something of this size. Is what I'll give you for that nat 20, which, by the way, a nat 20 was the only way any of you were going to get anything from this.
Oh my god. Well, that makes with your -1.
Does Nhudrel not know anything about it?
Nhudrel doesn't know I'll roll for Nhudrel just to make sure they don't get a 20. Oh. Nhudrel got a nat 1. Nhudrel has tripped and fallen in panic and is already standing back up, but Nhudrel doesn't know anything about this. And we'll do just for the recording. Just for the recording, I'll share my screen again, just so that
See the 0, the 1.
that they can Jack can see it and what this little image was. But yeah, that's the thing, and it's bad, and it's not actually hover flying over it. I don't know why you'd make a sea creature with a floor shadow image on the PNG. But it is what it is.
I mean, it would probably still have a shadow on a seabed, to be fair.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it
Maybe
would
it's
definitely
sticking out the water a little bit and creating a shadow. On
yeah,
the water.
maybe it's cresting its beautiful leap from the waves, which is kind of what it is doing, but more whale-like. But yeah, so you're still in initiative. Yuri, it is your go. You don't really know what this is, but any reasonable creature that values its own life knows that it's bad and big.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, could Hicks tell them? Like,
yeah,
to
you
be
can
fair,
shout
you
out.
don't need to. You don't need to tell Yuri. Don't you worry. But Yuri's
Fang
gonna
needs to be told.
rush over to Fang. And go, hi, Fang. Hi. You're just waiting for a response.
Can he understand her as a shifter? Does she like sound like
you
a
can
lion?
still speak
Your,
common.
your shifts are like
Okay.
usually not full.
You're like a
shifts,
werewolf or a were-lion
Yeah.
more than you are a...
Okay. So she was growling at this thing initially, and then Yuri jumps in front of her face, and she's like, huh?
He's just gonna like go. So that's about. Do you trust?
What? Wait, there we go. I didn't hear.
Do you trust me, sweetie? Do you trust me?
She goes, yes. And she smiles.
Wonderful. And then he's just gonna go, and he's gonna go, and then just boop her nose, and you, with my spring face step, are being teleported on top of the cliff. Go.
whee!
She's
And then,
like braced on all fours, like.
and then you're kind of going to arrive in like a poof of like petals and flowers with a scent of honey around you.
Ooh.
Love it.
Shocked, she's like braced on the ground, like looking
where
around.
the
Like,
hell am I? I've now got motion sickness.
and then, like she sees like all the petals and she smells of honey, and she like sees perspectively where she's like, oh, I did the thing that they did earlier.
I am amazed.
And she,
I
like,
have
looks at
magic.
the news, and she's like, he's not here. And then she looks at the chair.
And then actually, wait, I have to check something. No, that's bonus, so I can't do that. That's fine. And then Yuri's gonna go. So, bye, and then he's just gonna run. just
leave.
scramble up the cliff. Hi, Fang.
Hello.
So that is that's that. Nhudrel doesn't need a lot of convincing to do the same as everyone else is escaping, and goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10 dashes, clambers up. I'm not going to make anyone roll anything. I assume, Hicks, you're also on that hustle
He's just
game.
gonna teleport. He's just gonna put it up top.
Okay, so the general question here, general question here is, do you all hang back to see what happens once you get to the security of what you're pretty confident are covered trees, or do you just like run far away from this thing?
Hicks would watch from the trees too.
From the,
Yeah,
I'm not making you roll for this.
He knows
This
like
is
a purple worm. He knows of them, but he
Yeah.
doesn't know what this is, so he'd want to watch what it does.
And so, what about Yuri and Fang?
Yeah,
I'm not going to play any DM tricks on you. Once you're in the tree line, you're fine. This is a sea creature. It's not going to get you.
I think once we're behind a rock, he would just kind of like do that very like whoop, and kind of poke his head out thing. Where he's just like, and he's just gonna watch.
And of course, Nhudrel can't resist. This is a strange creature Nhudrel's never seen, and especially with other people being there, Nhudrel's like, I would like to see exactly how this what this creature's intention is. So you all watch it as it drags itself up by pure force of will. It has big, powerful, like, side fins that allow it to kind of like muscle its body up, and a lot of it is exposed now. It is absolutely massive as it looms over the 3 dead forms. What you see is the creature vomits up like a pool of acid over the dead summoned little babies and the sea hag, and you see their figures kind of melt partially into almost a slurry, and then you just see its circular four-mouth maw just like slam down on the ground, and you hear the most grotesque slurping noises as it just gloops up sand and stone and these creatures, and you can see its whole body undulates as the entire worm form tenses and flexes like a swallowing throat. And then eventually, with no trace of the hag or the bodies, it doesn't take long, maybe 30 seconds, maybe a minute, everything is cleared off, and you start seeing it awkwardly and almost, if it weren't so monstrous adorably, shimmy shuffle itself back from the shore backwards awkwardly back into the water until it can get enough of its weight suspended. Yeah.
How awkwardly is it shuffling?
It's definitely like an action it's confident in, but it looks so slow and methodical. Like, it's definitely very much a strain for this to do it, but it knows how to do this.
Basically, me after I eat McDonald's, trying to walk.
It's a trained skill at this point, is it, Jess?
Yeah, no idea, man. I'll roll out that car.
Yep.
Round and rotund.
I would let probably like anyone react, but as it's like awkwardly shuffling back, Yara's gonna draw his bow and start aiming for the eye.
Is there an eye?
Can we try and like grab him? Like,
yeah, no, that's
there's
why
eyes on it.
like,
I see eyes on the art. There's eyes on it.
It's got like the big eyes, which Yuri's like, get in the fucking eye.
and Hicks would
Fang is
go like
just like-
run up to Yuri, and then at least if he can't like disarm him, he's gonna try and like knock it so that if he shoots, the arrow goes somewhere else.
The second like he'd touch, he'd be like, he'd just kind of like lower it and kind of give like a.
Just like you stop me. This creature takes longer to get itself back into the water than it did to eat the sludge. Some of the outside of the hag's tent is a little bit damaged, but it actually seemed pretty shockingly accurate with its acidic spew, digestive spew, and then it just sort of slinks back into the water. You can kind of see its top fins and everything like that, and its tail, until it eventually fully submerges back into the shores. Boop. Come on. There we go. And it's gone. And now it's just an empty beach. No remnants of blood, no remnants of dead bodies, just peaceful.
You're just gonna go, I told you it's connected to other stuff. I told you there's bad big things connected to it. This is a bad idea, and now we're all gonna get eaten by a worm.
We would have if you had shot at yes.
Well, we wouldn't be here if you didn't act like a pillock and run off.
The
Fang's
hag's
ears are
dead.
like lowered, just out of disgust, like still staring at the shoreline. It's like, what happens if hag is eaten?
Well, it might come back. But, they're pretty good at just coming back, so it might just go and kind of vomit out the hag, and it will be alive again. I don't know. That's just like, it might have been its pet, or it'll be taking it back to the coven, where the coven will resurrect it, and then they'll know that people attacked the hag, and then they'll come after us, and then it'll be bad.
I'm gonna worry about that if they do actually come after you. Is this down here? Is this like a sheer cliff, or can he just go blah, 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 down?
Yeah, you can just
Because
move
is
your
there
way
still
down.
like acid, like where he?
Nope. That's all been soaked up and cleaned up. You can see actually there's a little divot of sand basically where its mouth was. It looks like it consumed a bunch of naturally broken down stuff and then a bunch of like sand and like small rock pebble as well. Because that has a gizzard.
Can he go down and just check if there's anything like left behind, or like a
absolutely.
scale, or like any something to that effect?
Absolutely, you can.
When the Hicks walks away, Yuri's gonna do the thing to the other two where he's gonna mimic what Hicks and he's like, "You machine, yeah, me," and he's just gonna make fun of Hicks while Hicks is walking away.
Like it's gonna chuckle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm still.
Give me an
Deception
investigate or a
check?
perception check, whichever you so choose.
Oop, that is the wrong one. That is.
It's kind of the same situation it is. You're mostly just tossing a 10. I'm not going to make you roll a Constitution check for it, but this tent is, as previously described, the most foul-smelling place you've ever been into, and you've probably
he does not want to go back inside.
You've probably been in a sewer of some kind at some day, at some point in your life, but this is worse.
Yeah. He's probably like pulled up his like cloak to like cover his nose a bit while he's looking around.
Does his facial expression manage to change at all?
What?
I want to know if this is enough to get
when that creature came and like sucked up stuff. If anyone had been looking, his eyebrows would have like twitched almost in disgust. But that's about it.
Does the smell affect Hicks like facially?
No, not really, because now he's covered his nose.
Oh.
Is Hicks in the tent?
No.
Oh.
No, he's outside the front. Sorry for you.
With a 14 perception, you know that outside the front here, so much of the stuff is piled on it that this section needs to be dissected if you're going to if you're going to do that. There's probably stuff in there. You know enough about hags to know that they collect a lot of things, and so there's a good chance that there's some money in there. There's a good chance that there might be some
he doesn't really want to. He doesn't want to go inside.
But
he wants to know if there's anything from like the worm.
Oh, from the worm. The worm itself.
Yeah, that's what he wants. Like if there's like any like
you know what? I'm gonna roll
in the sand, or like a scale, or like
I'm gonna roll a luck
something.
check on this one since you got a 14, so you have enough to, and you've got ample time to look around. I'm gonna roll it off Nhudrel sheet. I'm just gonna roll a d20. 15 or higher, there's something there. Anything below that, then it left nothing behind. That is a 4. So no, it looks like it got away clean.
I think it's gonna go up. Do the thing. Do the thing.
I'm gonna start druid crafting the tent to make it smell of lavender.
I mean, you can do that. It only takes you 10 minutes or something like that, or maybe an hour.
I'm just getting rid of the smell.
Is it like wet?
What, the tent?
The tent.
Oh yeah, it's simultaneously musty and smells of mold, damp, but also fragile and dry. It's like all of the worst textures in one place.
Set it on fire. I have a torch and a tinderbox.
But yeah, the tent is definitely there. Well,
can we loot the tent first, please, before you burn it?
You want to touch what's in there? Be my guest.
I'm making it smell nice. It's fine.
I mean, that is true. And that will help. I would say going into the tent for everyone but Fang would be difficult on the Constitution. But Fang's the only one. Fang's the only one that could possibly deal with it.
Wait, let me. I'm gonna druid craft 2 little What are those bluebells? You know, the little upside down bluebells? I
Mm.
can't remember what they're called. And I'm going to offer them to Fang as nose plugs.
You'd have to put him in her nose. She's still a lion.
Yeah, Yuri doesn't even, to be fair, Yuri wouldn't even think. He would just go blip, blip, and then he goes, there you go, and I've made the tent smell nicer. See what you can find.
Okay. Thing's a little stunned.
Okay, now
It's worth
that you're in there, everyone in the group that wants to go into the thing can roll an investigation check while you're trying to
Oh god.
pile through little specifics. And I will say that Nhudrel will follow Fang in since Fang went in.
With my -1, let's go, baby.
19.
Oh, actually, I got 19 too, and then it became 18.
Ah!
Can I give Nhudrel a help action instead? Because I think they've got decent.
Yeah, they have a +4 to investigation.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'll give them
yes,
a
you
help
can.
action.
Let me get back to Nhudrel's investigation. Bye-bye. That's 22. With 2 19s and a 22, whether with sticks or weapons and stuff like that, very cautiously moving things, because it might all smell better in here, but it's still disgusting physical
Gross.
materials. Nhudrel immediately covers up the privy bucket to deal with just not having to look at it. You go through various bits and bobs. The first thing you do is you end up finding a fair amount of, it's dispersed across not costume jewelry, aesthetic jewelry. So like, so like earrings, necklaces, rings, and stuff like that. A little bit of coin and such, but you do find about 65 gold worth of valuable treasure items, if you will. Mostly in shinies. There's a few coins that are very well polished.
You said Chinese. I was like, what?
Mostly in shinies. Mostly in decorative stuff. A brooch and stuff like that. Nothing too high priced as an item, but a lot of things that like look real pretty. That it is collected. You do find two. What are they called in D&D? Antidote potions, anti-poison, anti-venoms,
anti-venom.
Something that cures potions. Antidotes. Are they antidotes in 5e?
I'm guessing it'd be a restoration potion. Or lesser restoration, I mean.
Yeah, let's do a lesser restoration. Yeah, you find 2 little lesser restoration potions in there. Little concoctions, maybe prepared by some people that might wanted to have confronted this and then collected by her instead, being like, well, I'm keeping these, and everything. Maybe there's someone she wants to make a deal with that has to like put up with her vibe. So there's that.
Vibe.
Mostly, the biggest thing that you find that's of importance is that it's soiled in the way that it's like stained with like water stains and stuff like that, and it's a little dirty. But there's an envelope with a broken wax seal on it, and inside of the envelope there's a fun little message in there.
Open sesame, let me read it.
The message is pretty simple and straightforward. It's written in a fine hand, almost a calligrapher's hand. Very
is it in common then?
Well educated. It is in common. It is not in a unique or other planar language, and it just simply says. It doesn't even address anyone. It just says, stay on the beach. Your reward will come to you. We will call you when we're ready. Thank you. And then there's a little letter at the bottom that just says M.
Huh.
Did you say M?
M. M is in Mike.
Do we know any M's so far?
You do not. The only other
Nope.
indicating symbol is the broken seal, which Nhudrel or Yuri wouldn't know. Fang almost certainly wouldn't know, but Nhudrel and Hicks, you can both roll for it. I'll roll for Nhudrel.
Could I? Actually, no, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm only not having you roll because it is definitely from the material plane for this, Yuri.
Oh no, that's fine. I was basically going to try and use minor illusion just to try and restore it as much as I can, so it looks.
Oh
be able to
yeah, I
help
like
them.
that. I like that a
So
lot. I'll give you.
they can get advantage.
I'll
and
throw
help.
the advantages out for that. That's fine. This would be history for the roll.
Oh my god, with my -1. Fuck yeah, let's go.
Let's go
With advantage though, right?
with advantage.
Because of Yuri's thingy.
Because of Yuri's. Love that flavor. Fang, yeah, and Yuri. There's just no way you would you'd know these things.
I got 14. Woo!
That's pretty good for a -1. Nhudrel got a 23 because they're an int character.
Thank God, Noodle's smart.
Nhudrel looks at this seal and examines it for a bit, and is like, "This is a merchant's seal. This is from a merchant family that operates across all of the kingdoms here."
Oh,
What family is this?
Nhudrel tries to remember because this isn't like their, bread and butter of some sort of educated or arcane wizardry thing. I don't know the first name or anyone that has the name M, but Silsway is the last name of the family. Silsway is Sillsway. Silsway.
S-I-double-L-S.
Yeah, Sills,
Okay.
and then way
Okay.
as the word. Yeah, Silsway. The Silsway family.
Would Hicks know anything of this merchant family?
Once you
Like,
hear
heard of
the
them?
name Silsway, you know that there are shops that Silsway is a what are they called? A product fulfillment organization. They tend to deal in bulk commercial transfers and then distribute those amongst little shops. So the idea would be that instead of each individual merchant in a given area having to make all of their own deals and figure out where everything goes, they step in and they're like, hey, we deal on massive scale. We have a fleet of ships and shipping. How about a distributor? That's the word for it. How about we
It's a
package up
distributor,
things
basically.
and you give us what you need in your area, and we'll provide that on a regular basis and make a kind of a quarterly contract deal with you.
They're kind of just like a big distributor, really.
Yeah. They are merchant trader first. Like they have ships. They have. I think we canonically said that trains technically exist somewhere in this world, so I'm sure they have that kind of thing. And so they have ability to move product, but like their main focus and how people interface with them in large is usually they're the ones that distribute to shops. And so a lot of your standard fare, right? Your bushels of wheat, your silverware, flatware, and stuff like that. Those kinds of things. There's Silsway can provide those on a kind of consistent scale so that shops don't need to worry about ever being like, well, I only have this for now. And it was a very appealing thing for a lot of shops. There's not like they're not like a chain. There's not like Silsway's grocery and market kind of thing. But like, yeah, they're just a product distributor. But you would know them because they're kind of a known. At this point, they're kind of a known thing around Adrain and other kingdoms. That it's just like, oh, they distribute sort of basic home goods, essentially, for the most part. A little bit of food. Probably, and Nhudrel's like, we don't work with Silsway where I'm from, but I'm familiar with them. They've certainly reached out. occasionally to see if we would need their services. Yes, a merchant. Strange.
Seems these humans are not only corrupt in their power, but in their tradings too.
But what would a hag want from them?
Can anyone pin down where paper came from?
Nhudrel wouldn't know
Just like the
a
district,
corporate office
district.
or anything like that. The like related to like a main offices. Give me another history check. Hicks. You can still do it with advantage since you kind of know what it is, but give me another history check. Let's see if you know if there's
Yeah,
like
mercy.
a Silsway office.
No. Oh, 16.
16? 16 is good enough. You're somewhat confident that a Silsway, you might be able to speak with like an important member of that organization in the capital. You're like, they simply have to have representation in the capital because you know that a number of shops in a drain are distributed by there, and the capital has a number. Like a drain is a very like connected place in the way of trade. It tends to be a very, it's a very like secure. It's a very like sort of like economy first kingdom. It very much is like if there's money and there's products and there's stuff in the kingdom, the populace tends to be more happy. So
Well,
that
I mean,
seems
he's
to be
been
how
to
it
the
goes.
new capital before.
Yeah, and so
he would have, he would have maybe seen it even.
Yeah, you might it wouldn't take you long to be like, I'm sure it's in this district, and I'm sure if I had someone point the building out, I would recognize the building. But I don't know if there would have been any reason for Hicks to be like, yeah, is there like an office for the distributor location for Silsway here? But you would know like where in the new capital Silsway is, like what neighborhood it is, and then you could, in theory, go there and schedule a meeting with someone. And you're confident that there's no way that the royal family, or at the very least the royal cabinet of a drain, has interacted with higher level Silsway executives.
That the royal family has interacted with them.
Yeah, they absolutely must have. Like, there's just simply no way a big merchant like that hasn't had a meeting or several meetings with them on a proper level. And it's just because they're too big of an entity to be ignored. So at the very least, the sort of like advisor council to the Adrains would have interacted, but almost certainly with this hands-on is especially the princes of the Adrains are, these are the kinds of movers and shakers that speak with kingdom leaders and everything. And again, it's not like a capitalist dystopia. It's not like a free market free for all. It's a economy first kingdom where it's like, oh, it turns out that if people feel safe, secure, and well fed, and like they can entertain themselves, problems crop up less. It's very pragmatic, sort of like, if the populace is fed, everyone's happy. so they tend to.
Yeah, well, I guess Hicks would tell them then that he could probably gather where a headquarters, for lack of a better word, is within the new capital.
But this doesn't make sense. You're saying to the group, because this hag didn't just like, it didn't come from the sea. So, and that's where it would come from. It teleported here. And also, it's a hag, and in my experience, not that I have, and I genuinely haven't, but hags, it's weird for a hag to how to say, you make a deal with a hag doesn't make a deal with someone, which means even if they were getting a reward, they would have had to give the hag something first. And the hags usually take something big, like a baby or something. Like, it doesn't
Thanks,
add
that's
up.
looking for a baby.
There's no
We
babies
don't have to
in this
look after
town.
a baby the whole campaign. Could you imagine? Oh, The first
I
one
wouldn't
of
do
the
that to
army.
myself, much less you.
But it came from a portal. Like it had no other way. It just it appeared in the forest, like me. And how would I don't understand how they would have got in contact with a hag.
Nhudrel, chimes in. Well, I'm not sure if we're speaking of the same thing, but hags are not unknown to my community. I'm sure that this hag may have come from a portal, but as far as I know, hags have been around around at least in storybook form, but also practical form for generations here.
Oh. Well,
And so
I don't
this
know, I
may
guess
be
it
from
could
a
have come
portal.
from somewhere else. Yeah.
This may be from a portal, or it may be native, I
Oh,
guess.
well, if it's native, then I don't care. It's not about me, so that's fine.
After
Well, whether
panic
it's
looking
native
for a
or
baby
from a
and being
portal,
relieved.
it doesn't matter. It's
Why?
here now.
Well, yeah, but I don't need to be near it. It's dead. We won. It's dead.
Were you not
She-
concerned 2 minutes ago that
Hmm.
this sea slug thing that ate it was going to regurgitate it and it would tell its coven and then come back for us? Suddenly your tune has changed.
Yeah, because if it's not from home, then it's not coming from me. And then, like, if they're not from home, they're not going to be as powerful. Like that. I know that sounds really, but it's kind of like, I mean, you know where you're from. Certain things are much more. It's like normal elves. They're kind of
You have
in
a very high
comparison.
sense of self-importance for a plant boy.
Yes, and you like to pretend like you're interesting. But anyhow, the point being, a coven just from this native land isn't going to be as powerful. They just genuinely won't. They're Fae. They need the Feywild for the power.
Self-important and selfish. Well,
Mhm.
for the rest of
Good.
you, do you want to figure out
Good.
why this thing is here and go to this Sils?
Wait, but are we just going to forget all the rifts then? That's kind of another thing. We can't just, are we just going to completely ignore the huge tear in the sky? Because that seems more important.
How do you know this hag is not connected to the rift?
I don't think it would be strong enough to open a rift.
Who said that opened it? I said connected.
Why are you like this? Gosh, if you had a soul, you'd be so much more fun.
Good
He's gonna
news.
kind of like
there's
give
no
you
baby.
that semi-desk glare again, like I will kill you kind of
And
face.
he just gives sort of like a really sweet, but like smile of like, I'm still mad at you. So
Fang, how are you doing while these two bicker like
yeah.
Oh, she just
Fang's just like,
She's kinda-
stop, please.
she just kind of chimed in. She's like, "Good news, no baby."
Oh, thank
Good
goodness.
news, no baby.
She was like stress searching for a baby.
that is good
And
news.
then she goes looking at the letter again. How old is the letter? People are coming here for hag.
The ink is
When?
not faded. I doubt any of you would be good at. Maybe Nhudrel would be technically good at judging paper age because of his background. God damn it, educated
Yes.
characters.
Roll
Roll for it.
noodle.
It's a 19.
19.
I don't think this letter is. Things would degrade quickly here, in this place. I don't think this letter could be more than months, hardly more than half a year. Recent.
Yeah.
I need my tools
Only
to
came
date
through
it
the portal a
properly.
few days ago.
How long has the portal been open again?
So,
Well, there's not a portal open, but I think Yuri
Wait, not the
discovered it was
portal,
like
the
3
rift.
days.
how long's the storm
The
been
rift.
going on?
Yeah.
So, the storm's been going on roughly about 3 days.
Okay.
Around around the storm's been going on very much around the same time that Yuri would have arrived. Though I don't think that
so it's his fault. So if we throw
I don't
him back
think
into
anyone
the it'll
knows
close.
when Yuri actually technically got into the material plane. But from Yuri's perspective, it like you arrived and then like you didn't necessarily see it like the first second you were there, but eventually you came into view. So as far as you know, Yuri, it's been there and you know that it's new, but I would
Yeah.
say that Yuri, you would suspect it came around the same time you did.
To be fair, Yuri did tell them like that it was his first day
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
plane.
And so like
also,
the night
like, on their
before
first day.
the night before Yuri arrived, probably like, or the night before Yuri met you all, I should say, is when it happened, because it happened in the evening time, before our like first proper stream session.
And Yuri did tell the others that the hag came here about 3 days ago through a portal.
Hmm.
Because of like we had all the
Yeah.
found out where-
Yuri was making assumptions that the hag definitely came at the same time as the portal, and so I think the group pretty much knows that like Yuri came through, tear happened around the same time, maybe not exactly, but in close proximity to him, and especially Fey Realm being around the same time might as well be the exact same second. Because time.
In the time
dilates.
that Hicks has been kind of like in these close by cities, would he have like heard in passing if there'd been like a big hag incident?
No, you would not have heard about any hag incidents.
As in he wouldn't have heard, or that there were none?
Assuming even if Hicks read newspapers thoroughly for periodicals, thoroughly for hag related incidents, you wouldn't have heard anything about them. No one ever discussing them. No rumors about them.
Last session, Yuri basically discovered where they probably came from and like tracked down their trail to the beach.
Yeah.
Like basically saw their step by step from day one to the beach.
So there's been
they've
no
probably gone
reports recently of any kind of, or within the last few years, couple years, however long Hicks has been around the region, of any kind of things. There's been no stories about it, no travelers' tales, nothing printed in any of the like the local heralds of a drain, anything commenting on that. But I would say that Hicks, you are at least familiar enough. You may have come across things that like mention hags, but again, a lot of it's storybooks or potentially tall tales and stuff. It was Nhudrel that was like, no, hags are like a thing. Like hags are around. I'm familiar that hags exist in my neck of the woods. But nothing that would be like noteworthy, newsworthy, or even traveler stories.
Well, then he would like look back at Yuri and then just ask him. So tell us, how exactly did you get here again?
Portal.
Yes, elaborate on said portal.
What do you want to know?
Where is it?
Well, the portal's closed.
Yes, where did you enter this world?
Was it the forest nearby? Or
Yeah, just I imagine, nature nearby kind of thing. You weren't far off of Southgate.
There was a hollow tree, and I just walked out of it.
Did it close straight after you entered this plane?
Mm-hmm.
So you're certain this hag and whatever else didn't follow you through?
No, that would be impossible. And I know I sound like whimsy and all that. That would be genuinely, that would be physically impossible. Hags cannot get to where I came from.
So another portal's been opened somewhere then.
Which is why I thought someone was hunting me, because the Unseelie could have made their own portal. But the Unseelie.
Why is someone going to hunt you?
Well, they don't like Faye, and I'm not important. but
Um,
I'm gonna roll.
you're
to
gonna
double
roll
check
on that one,
Yuri.
please. Please roll.
Wait,
that.
I need to roll. What do I need to roll?
You just said the phrase "I'm not important."
Okay. What do I need to roll?
Does Yuri feel like that's an honest statement?
Yeah, to be fair, Yuri probably does.
Okay,
Like it's an honest
okay. Then you
statement.
don't need to roll about that. If
I
Yuri,
mean, like, I could do it in like the sense of like, Yuri seems unsure if he's important. Like that could probably be read off
Well, I
him.
mean, even before anyone had said anything, Hicks was looking at him like, okay,
yeah,
I don't believe what
Fang
you're
is cutting
saying.
in like, Yuri is very important to Fang.
Thank you, Fang. But I'm not. But you know, and I looked at Hicks, and you know how important leaders in what's the word? Like military matters and such. How they have to sometimes keep their family hidden, so family doesn't get hurt.
Hicks is just kind of look him up and down.
My AirPod died.
Well,
Wait, what did Fang say? Good.
Sorry, my AirPod died. I did not hear. It cut out after something with the military.
he basically, Yuri said, like, basically, you know how, like, sometimes military leaders, basically, it'd be like if Putin had his fucking son walking around the high streets. It's probably not a good idea. I don't know.
And then Hicks
Putin
just
has a
kind of
son.
like looked him up and down at that statement as
Yeah.
if like, no, whatever.
Basically, my family, well, mostly my dad is an enemy of the Unseelie Queen and court. Well, I mean, all Seelie are, but like he maybe leads, you know, some of the. He's a military leader.
Has your dad committed war crimes?
Oh no.
does Fang know what war crimes are? Is that a thing Fang knows?
I mean, I feel like their war crimes are different. Like, I feel like their war crimes are like you stood on the sacred
Vastly
flower
different.
ground of
It's a
Butterflytopia.
very U.S. perspective of war crimes.
Yeah.
It's like,
your
wow.
issue in war crimes is like you break the rules of the Feywild or the
Yeah.
contracts.
You
that.
break the
Not
rules
that
of
you
the
totally
Fae, not the rule. Otherwise,
grasp
all
the
things.
concept,
Yeah.
No, my dad's a
but
good
he's had a
person.
lesson.
But yeah, he's quite in the Feywilds, the Eladrin often are tasked with, you know, the militaries and protecting the cities of the Feywild and stuff. My dad used to work with it's why I know about the Shadar-kai stuff. My dad knows work at the city where they all left.
You're the child of a military officer, and you're supposedly
No,
being
officer's
hunted
too
down.
low of a rank.
He kind of like rolls his eyes like I don't give a shit what position your dad is.
There's I'm actually having to open my notes because I can't remember my
Yeah, I was like,
The
what did
Fang
you
is
say?
like hard squinting, thinking.
What did you say he
Captain.
was?
She's just randomly spouting out different people in the military that she can remember.
Well, there are 4 leaders of the Feywilds leading, you know, protection. And there's one for each season, and my dad is the Baron of Summer.
Are we in summer?
No, we're in spring, I think.
Yeah, spring.
Okay, because you're green.
So you're
Does
a
that
little
mean-
baron's child that's gone on an adventure somewhere, and now you are being
No,
hunted.
no, I've not been on an adventure here. I was sent here. I just wasn't told why.
That sounds concerning.
What? They wouldn't send me here for any bad reason. They just said, "Hey, you need to go here for a while. Don't come back until we find you." And then they put me through the portal.
But you have no direction. How did they know you'd be okay?
Why wouldn't I be?
The world is a strange place. Fang has learned this much.
But this world isn't that strange.
You've been here for X many days. What is it? 3 days? 4 days? 3 or 4 days?
3 or 4 days, yeah, something like that.
You don't know anything of this world. You're lucky
But-
you're still alive.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I mean, I don't know, but I just got told to, stay here and maybe if I find anything out about, the Unseelie, I should probably take it. And when they come for me, I get to take it home. But
So you want to
mostly-
know about the Unseelie, but you don't want to know about this hag. What is wrong with you? Do you
Well,
not
I was
stick
also-
to one conviction?
No. Why would I? I'm up every season. Staying in one way is unnatural.
No wonder his kind is so useless.
That's funny, considering you literally are just, a fallen, shadow-touched version of me.
He's gonna kind of look at him with that blank stare again.
You do
Nhudrel
realize
is
you're
writing
queen,
so
right?
many notes down while you're both talking, frankly,
You
as
do-
close to frankly as possible. Like, Nhudrel's like, all right, so there's
What the fuck are they
ceiling,
talking
and
about?
there's this shadow-touched aversion. What? Just
Hold on, I'm gonna Constitution save myself because she's trying to figure out what the fuck they're talking about. There's so many words.
You can try and
Oh,
pretend
Fang.
that you're different or you want, but your queen was not
Sorry.
Latrin.
She's not that
You have
anymore.
queen? Is she pretty?
Fang. Is she pretty?
Is she pretty?
I'm just gonna raise my eyebrow. Well, whatever you think, that's where I came from. That's how I got here. But I mean, I'm not technically as much. Well, I want to try and bring something maybe for the Feywild home, but technically I got told to avoid Unseelie at all costs and just keep my head down and I'm not meant to. That's what my siblings are good at. They're the fighty ones and the smart ones. I'm just meant to keep my.
That sounds sad.
No, it's not. I have a lovely time. I spend my days celebrating. I have all my friends. We go riding around the grove. Have you ever flown on top of a butterfly? It's really fun.
That sounds fun, yes. But
And nature's not
keeping
tampered
head
that. You would love it, Fang. Honestly, Fang. If you
No,
come out, you
Fang?
can stay there with me.
You should never go to his world. You will be trapped there, and you will never leave.
But you don't have to be trapped. If you go to the Feywild, as long as basically if you ever ended up there, I could technically stop you from being trapped.
Do not go.
Oh,
You have to have a Fey guide. But as long as you have a
And
guide.
you would trust this plant boy to be your Fey guide. You will die, you will get lost, you will never
I am
come back.
Seelie, not Unseelie.
he teleport. No, wait, she doesn't know what the word teleport means. Hold on.
He fly me, he
He
made me
poofed.
fly, he poofed me, he
Oof.
magicked me.
He did the thing to send me this to safety. He's trusty. Was fun.
Wait. This is very much changing. Did you say there's the royals who know about these people? And they're. Uh-huh.
He's asking
Who's he talking
Fang.
to?
Who's he asking?
Anyone who might know.
Fang had
What
small
does he mean? What?
lesson.
Ask his question again? What?
Did you say the letter? He was like, "Is there the royals? Are they connected?" Or
Well,
the
no,
whole
that
time.
never said anything in the letter. That's just
Oh.
kind of 2 and 2 Hicks could have put together, but he didn't mention it.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, ignore that then. That was a fun tangent, but oh well.
Somebody coming back for Hag. We should set up sky flower trap to let us know when
A
they
what?
come.
Flower trap.
Sky
What the-
flower trap.
Oh, is that me?
Sky.
I believe they mean
Sends up
fireworks.
Angel. Boom. Yes.
Oh, no.
Aw. The
Oh.
best is Fang has to like try and decipher what Fang and Nhudrel have to try and decipher what Hicks and Yuri say, and Hicks and Yuri have to try and decipher what the fuck Fang's going on about.
Fireworks is what they are getting at. A fireworks notification if someone were to come here and reclaim this now, essentially, especially if you still intend on burning the tent, Hicks, completely empty beachfront.
I could disguise myself as a hag.
But don't know when they're coming back. If they
You
come
do
back.
still have that.
How long do you live?
Gesturing. How long does Fang live?
Yeah. So we don't know how long we have to wait.
Um, Fang, do you know how long your people live?
Nope. She's the only one she knows that's like herself. So.
You have no idea. You know that the tribe you're from lives to be about 100 to 150 years old, assuming they manage to like not accidentally or deliberately get themselves killed.
Our tribe's people live one zero
100,
100 years old.
give
Oh
or
my
take.
gosh,
But-
that's so short. I'm so sorry.
Fang is not like tribesmen,
Oh.
so Fang not know how long I live.
It's okay. I know ways to make you immortal. We'll just make sure you don't die. You're too nice to die.
Nhudrel's-
And she like looks at
It's
you just
just-
like, what was immortal?
You never die.
Immoral?
Hicks just lets
Oh.
out a really like slow, soft sigh to just be like,
Shall
calm
we move back toward our original goal for now? We can discuss this on the road.
Wait, but I thought we were going to
yeah.
wait to see if the hag people come here now.
We simply cannot.
we already know who
Why?
they are,
Yeah, we know who was in
Yeah.
contact with them. So
and I have said, I think I did say it right, that he knows of a place where they could be found in the capital.
yeah,
What's
so
the capital?
Hicks just gonna ignore that question.
Nhudrel,
I
know where to
Nhudrel
find
of
them,
course
possibly.
chimes in. Nhudrel, the capital of Adrain, the new capital city of Adrain, oftentimes referred to as Adrain City, is the seat of power of the kingdom of Adrain, and perhaps the most populous city in the region.
Is it made of stone? Is it all
Uh,
unnatural again?
Yes.
Yes, it is
He
quite.
Why
does.
are you trying
human.
to take me and Fang to unnatural places constantly?
Why?
Because you need to realize that the material plane is not like your world.
Yeah, there's very few structures are built naturally in this,
Why?
as far as I'm aware.
The point being is that these merchants are very well connected.
If
And
I
for
turn up
all
to the
we
merchants
know-
at the hag, that could be funny.
For all
And I
we
could
know,
go, I'm going to eat your
they
babies,
could
and then run away.
be in charge or speaking to. Hicks is just completely ignoring Yuri and just carrying on talking. Could be in contact with important or powerful people, and that is why they would have made this
What kind of powerful
deal
people?
with the hag. Who knows? Nobles, royalty, or just rich people.
Wait. Have you ever seen the royals? This is an important question.
Have I
Hicks,
seen the
you've
Ross?
definitely seen the Adrain family. You've
Okay.
definitely seen them. There, you literally can. You've seen the queen like address people and like go through the streets with her security. The two Adrain princes, they pretty much they have like their squad, if you will, but they're capable and not like overly protected, nor are they shy about just being out and about. So it's very common to see them just at a tavern or in the market, and they'll have like their buddies who are all very capable, trained fighters, but they're not like security. It's more like just like a crowd of their peers, if you will. So yeah, I don't know if you've ever bothered to talk with any of them, but yeah, they walk around very, very openly and communicate very openly with the population.
I guess yeah, maybe it's like briefly spoken to them.
Yeah,
just like
it's not uncommon.
super brief.
It's not uncommon for either for anyone in the capital to run into them and stuff. They're mostly, they're mostly they're extremely approachable for leaders, but they're pretty approachable just for people.
Yeah, because also, okay, wait, I'll have to DM this to you quick.
Yeah.
Nhudrel looks like royalty from picture in books.
Don't.
The other two. And
we don't need to discuss that.
Both also look like royalty from
Nhudrel
picture
royal?
books.
Is Nhudrel a prince?
We don't need to discuss that.
Nhudrel's a prince. Knew it.
I can confidently say I am not a prince, and be fully honest about that.
But Hicks. Anyway, my question. This is going to sound really weird, but that's me. Do any of the royals look? This is again, but you have to think about it. Any of them, probably more in a weirdly elvish way. Do any of them look very conventionally, if not in an elvish, unnaturally way? Are any of them really attractive or healthy looking for their age? You just smiled.
Probably, if he could, he would look very baffled about the question. But he doesn't, so he just looks at Yuri. Like,
Well,
blank-faced.
Humans get old and ugly quickly. If they're humans. Are they humans?
Are they humans?
As far as you know, they're humans.
Do they look?
They look. They don't have elvish ears or anything like that. They're. I think I shared imagery of them way back when. They're all gorgeous looking. They're a gorgeous looking black family. Striking.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. Those are those three. That's the queen, who is the matriarch, and her two sons, I believe.
We're gonna need those again in NPC references.
Yeah, we do need those in NPC references. But
yeah, so Hicks would say that they just look like normal humans. Filipinos.
Yeah. They are all strikingly attractive, but that's not something that Hicks would care about. they're attractive in a normal, like, those are good looking fucking people, but like not like uniquely or supernaturally so.
I get confused.
Yuri just kind of like shuffles and goes, okay, I guess we can go. I still would like to see the rift before. Which one's closer?
Rift is
about the same.
They're about the same, but the rift is probably technically closer. You have to go around the Wounded Sea to get to around or across by boat to get to the new capital. The rift you can just walk to, if you will. It's like you can more crows fly it.
Okay. Yeah, Yuri would just go, well, fine. I guess we can investigate the hags, but I think we should, look at the rift first, because then maybe stuff in the weird capital letter place could, be helpful when we could, report there, and then by reporting stuff, we can trade information for the stuff.
For once, I actually agree with the plant boy. It would be better to go to the rift first. We are here, gather the information we can, and then make our way to the capital.
See, Fang, he likes me, I told you.
You just give him like the side eye.
We're gonna be
Who wouldn't
best
like
friends.
any of you?
Huh?
People
What?
shouldn't like. Who wouldn't like you? Who wouldn't like
I don't
any
know.
of you?
Oh.
You're all very wonderful. I enjoy all of your company very much.
Aw, look at
Aw,
Fang. She's getting so good at talking.
Because
You're
she's
just gonna
listening
hug
to them a
Fang.
lot.
You're just gonna be like, and hug Fang. Just like,
Like-
ah.
She like gives like the head hug because she like has to press her head against his back because he feels a lot smaller than her. She doesn't want to squish him or anything.
Yeah.
Jim.
I guess. Yeah, I guess yeah. The capital. No. Rift.
Rift first, and then capital.
Yeah.
Rift and capital.
So what are we doing
Rift.
with the 10? Are we just gonna?
She like gets it. We leave tent. We set up fire job trap. And let us know if people come.
Are we gonna prank them if they come here then?
Oh,
Hicks
Good
has suddenly
idea.
lost all
So we
interest
know.
and just like makes his way back up the hill, kind of thing.
Okay, how do we
He's
get
like,
the
"I'll wait
fire
for them
flower
up
that
there."
you mentioned? Yuri just thinks the fire flower's a prank.
Hicks is done with this. He's like, I don't want to burn down this tent anymore. I don't care what they do. I'm out.
Don't
Fang and Yuri
know how
trying to make a
to-
firework.
She looks at me. Nhudrel, how do we make fire job?
Oh wait, I don't like fire. I'm very flammable.
How do we make safe fire flower?
How to make
Yeah.
safe fireworks.
Nhudrel sits and is like, I don't believe we have the materials to do such. I would need some sort of combustible powder and a triggering device and a launching device. Like, I could
Like slumps
figure it out,
for
but
your,
we
like-
don't have the practical materials to do it.
You're saying there's chance.
I'm not
mean-
sure we have time, Fang.
Oh,
But we could make. I know how to make. I could make a flower trap, and it would cover them in petals, and they would smell bad. But then this
Good.
place already smells bad.
mark them if they smell. If they smell bad, I can smell them.
I have a better idea. It'll be really funny. We leave a map there from the hag and say, hey, I've moved to this place, and then they'll get there and they won't be there. And they'll
Confuse
waste their
them.
time. Yeah. And then they'll just waste their time.
Good idea.
So where should we tell them to go?
Fang, give me just a moment. Give me a moment. I actually have something for you to tell them, but I got to scroll through our DMs.
Oh,
I had to DM it to you because it's based off of your map. I think Fang, you'd probably tell him to go to Wyland.
Oh, Wyland.
yes.
What's in
Send
Wyland?
them to Wyland, and she'll bring out her map.
So, Yuri, this is probably the first map that you've really had time to study of the region.
Wait, how do you make... to be fair, I don't know if Yuri would know how maps work with how much things just move around willy-nilly.
Maybe not. I mean, certainly there must be some sort of cosmological map of the
That's
planes.
true. Yeah, no, to be fair, I don't think the favor. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I
so
think
so if you want to share it, I can't remember if it's been shared to the group.
Yeah, I believe it's Fang's
I
map.
don't think so.
Yeah, it's Fang's map. It looks like looks like Cran. It's shockingly direct. And Wyland is above a drain or Adrian. Wyland is above there. It's so far away. Like, it's so far away from where I don't know if Yuri would know this, but like it's quite the travel to get from where you're currently at to Yland.
Where should I post her map?
Post it in the general chat.
Well, you could post it in the shared notes, couldn't you?
Yeah,
Shared notes. Yeah, that'd work too.
Here we go.
just pin it maybe.
There.
No, you don't need to put it in shared notes because no one talks in shared notes. It's just literally
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
dump.
Info dumpy. And so yeah.
Gee.
So Yland is up there. I don't know if Yuri would have context for any of this. But you would but yeah, Yland is up top. It's quite far.
I think Yuri.
Draw a map. Send
I think
them
Yuri
to
just be
Yland.
like, okay, I trust you both. Send them to Yland, and we have to. What do you know anything about Yland that'll make it funny if they arrive? Like, do they have anything?
Have I been there to know what's there? To call
Have
it
you-
Yland?
Have you been to Yland to know what's there? No, I don't know if you've ever actually been to Yland. Yeah, you know what?
Is it something I was taught by Nhudrel?
It's cold as ball. I'd say that you've been there. It's so cold. It's so fucking cold in Yland. It's the iciest place you've ever been.
Tell them just like it's like desert climate and to ensure that what is it to be careful not to have heat stroke. Dress light.
Just like, but yeah, it's so cold in Wyland, or Wylian, the actual place.
Oh yeah, because they might even use a different boat because you got all the ships that have more for ice and snow,
Mhm.
and then if they don't prepare for ice and snow with ships, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's an overall well, at the very least you'd be like, well, it's far, so they'd be wasting a lot of their time. And everything. But yeah, do you all jury rig up a note that you leave from the hag?
Yeah, can I do like a deception roll?
Yeah, that would be a deception roll indeed.
Do I get help from Fang? 'Cause we're doing
Yeah.
it together.
Sure, since you're concocting this prank together.
Well, okay, that's a 17.
How do I add help?
Oh, you just do it by giving me advantage. which
Yeah,
I use.
all you do is you give
Okay.
advantage. It's not like Pathfinder where you give a bonus after a roll. And so with the 17, it looks like a messy, like poorly written but deliberate note in kind of short, simple sentences.
I'm gonna write on the back in Sylvan just because it's gonna look like the hag stuff, and I'm gonna write like a really basic like riddle, just a random riddle about the sea. And they might spend ages trying to decipher it. It'll be like, oh yeah, that's Sylvan, that's hag writing, because I don't think most people would be able to mimic Sylvan. But it's just gonna be about a riddle about the sea that ends up like just with a dumb joke.
Okay.
Fang is excited. So it looks good. This looks promising. Where do we leave it?
Just in the tent.
Yeah, just at the tent, in a prominent place in the tent. Not like anything's gonna
If
come
there's
in
any
and
like
disturb it.
scuff marks or signs of the traps. Oh yeah. Oh wait, no. It's because the worm ate them. I would just like kick around the sand to make it all look like it's natural again.
All right. Now with note left, with communication delivered, with the worm absent, with a plan to go down to the rift first and then possibly back up to the capital. Do you all begin heading out? Because it was morning when this all kicked off, so you're still in the morning time. Do you all start making your way back down to back down to the rest of the Octatic Synod and toward where the rift is.
Yeah, and I guess as this
Yep.
is the beach, the beach path is now safe because we've dealt with the issue, so we can just go along the beach where
Go
we
along
figured
the
out that
beach.
route would be.
All right, I need you to roll a d20. I'm a pick, since they're back from such a stressful time. Yama, please roll a d20 for me.
Oh god. 19.
All right. So for the day of traveling, you're able to make relatively good time going along the coast. You can go along the coast for quite some time before you'd have to break inward. Break inward. You can definitely cross the border of the coast. The border between a drain. There's no like official wall or border check. There's just at one point you go from being in lands owned by the Drain Kingdom to the Synod. No discernible thing. You're traveling alongside the Wounded Sea. Kind of up back behind you, occasionally in view, will appear the edge of the island of the old capital. And the old seat of power in the Kingdom of Drain. But you're going further and further distance from there. Eventually on your travel, probably in the kind of like late afternoon, early evening, late afternoon, early evening, you will have to break a little bit more inland and into the kind of sparse woods back toward there. Otherwise, you're going to move too far to the west because the Wounding Sea wraps around to the west, out to the kind of peninsula and the strait, out to the Mistress, the ocean, to the west of everything, along here. But eventually you have to break in there. There's no secret complications or anything, but toward the kind of early evening, you do, maybe a bit away from the coast as you're breaking back in. I need a perception check from the group. I should have you roll a perception check for this. So.
Passive? Oh, wait, no. Just
Whoa, I'm tired.
Got
a whole 6.
Oh god. Oh, 1.
Fang and Hicks are like at the back talking about some shit. Fang's like, teach me words, and Hicks is just saying random words.
Yes.
They don't know what's going on.
Oh. Neutral with the 21. Oh my god, why is he so
Just a moment. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Nhudrel's the one who spots it and just kind of holds up his hands a little bit, slows down, stops walking. It's like, we may want to be cautious. There are signs of a campsite up ahead. I don't see any people. Just campsite.
Is the fire burning?
The fire is not burning.
Then they've probably gone to sleep. Or they're not here.
Aren't they meant to like keep like? Don't you keep the fire alive while you're sleeping? Isn't that like meant to be? You don't want it to go out.
Depends on the people.
Yeah.
Depends on what they're there for.
Like automatically drops low into sneak mode. Just like squatting on the ground.
I'm actually going to come out of my disguise self because I'm probably better hidden as a plant boy.
Like, I'm a plant person. It's fine.
You know what I mean? They probably all go a little bit quieter and edge
Give me
closer or around rather.
give me a stealth check. Are you going to investigate it, or are you looking to just kind of move around it?
Oh, okay, that was Hicks. Never mind.
I
Don't
mean, well, it's just a campsite in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, like you're in the. It's not a
no.
bad campsite, like as far as like location wise, but yeah, there's nothing. As far as you can see at this distance, there seems to be a fire pit that's currently out, and there seem to be a couple like some supply packs maybe, and like a bedroll, and not like a tent, but like a little lean-to canvas that's been posted up against two trees so that they can have coverage if there's rain, kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't know about the others, but like Hicks wouldn't go up to it. He'd get a bit closer to maybe see if he could see more. But he wouldn't feel like la 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 la. Let me go investigate. He'd just kind of get a bit closer as he's edging around it, and then if he notices something, then he'd be like, okay. Otherwise, he'd just ignore it.
Sniff check.
Yeah, give me a sniff check.
13. 13 on a sniff check.
You don't. You don't smell the sweat of people. You do get a hint of blood.
Oh my god.
Like period blood or like what blood?
That's literally what I was thinking. Oh my god. Literally on my mind. I was like, oh no, I shouldn't make that joke.
You
And then
don't
did
see
that.
any
Oh my God.
bears about, so it's probably not period blood. Bears love period blood, and that's it.
Oh God.
No. I don't think it smells like menses. I think it smells like regular blood. I don't know if there's a different smell. I mean, there would be the sloughing variation. So yeah, you don't smell. Doesn't smell like period blood.
Okay.
Well, now that they're a bit closer, okay, because Fang did a snoof. Can they do another perception check?
Yeah.
I don't have very good rolls on it, but whatever. Oh, no, man, that's okay.
Thanks goodness. Stay very lowly. There's
Hey, look at
small
us.
hints of blood.
Getting 19s. Woo!
Wow.
Good God. Nobody's there. You're confident nobody's there. There's no one in the
At
camp.
least no one alive.
No one alive. You don't
Yeah.
see any bodies either, but you do see bits of blood, a little bit of blood smattering here or there, but no trail leading from it. I'm happy to say this with a 21 and a 24 on the back end. You're killing it. The camp. So what's strange is the fire's out, right? The fire's fully out, and there's not like embers or anything like that. It's been out, but there's like dishware, like camp dishware that's still like scattered about it, and everything like that. And like the bedrolls are still like
a
tucked.
Scattered way, or is it like a just neatly put down way?
It's in the way that a person sitting by it would put it down by themselves. They're not like disheveledly stated. It's almost like there either should be bodies here, there should be people here, or the stuff should either be put away or looted. But like all of their travelers packs are there. All of the what might have been a meal, the remnants of that are there as if they were in the middle of it. You can even see like some small amounts of food bits still on the plate, and the only kind of indicator of anything that has happened is that sort of like lightly, not speckled in a pattern, but like distributed lightly around the camp area. You see the occasional small spot of blood, but no discernible trail or path of it leading away from the camp.
Could I do like? I wanna do like a perception, but I wanna do because I'm leafy boy, so I'm probably at least fairly subtle. Could I how to explain? I want to go around the perimeter, and I want to be looking for people planning to ambush the camp, like it's a trap setup.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can do that. 100%.
Do I roll perception?
You can roll perception. You can roll Yuri. What do you got going on? You could roll survival if you wanted. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that'd be a survival thing as well.
Oh, well, they're the same stat anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, 7. Nah.
You don't see anyone lying in wait or any kind of traps immediately apparent.
How we're not like in the? Are we in the camp, or are we a little further away from the camp still?
I'd say that you're, like outside the camp by about like anywhere between like 30 and 50-ish, 60-ish feet. Like if the camp was a circle, you'd be outside of it by about, 45, 60 feet. So easily visible. It's not nighttime yet. There's still light and everything like that. So everything's pretty visible from where you are, but you're not like in the camp.
I guess Hicks would like then go like a little bit closer, and then have a -1. But anyway, he's gonna try to see if there's any like, because obviously there's no bodies there, and there's no trails of where the blood's going. So he wants to see if there's any sign of like anything magic that was left behind, like either scorch marks or symbols or anything of that sort.
I have shit one too, but can I like do something similar in the sense of like I don't have to word it like portal smell? Is that because he would probably be used to like the sensation or whatever of the feeling of a portal around them?
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna let you.
Ozone or whatever.
For that, Yuri. Yes, you can do that, and you don't really have any stats that would apply that are particularly higher than +5, but I'll consider that under survival or like familiar, like like a familiar thing, and I'm giving it to you as survival, survival rather than nature.
It's all on you, babe.
Well, I got a 14. It's not that great. I have a -1.
We might just have to walk in the tent at this time and bum rush it. So.
Do I get anything for a 17 sniff check?
17 sniff check. You don't smell anyone else around. Fang. You don't. It's like you can smell the blood. The blood doesn't seem that old either. It only seems maybe like a couple days old, maybe a day. So it's dry, but it's not like fresh, but it's not been there for a long time. But you don't smell any like other creatures about you. You might smell the occasional like off in the distance bird or insect, but nothing that seems like it isn't in place here. Or nothing that seems out of place in this. And then for Hicks, you got a 14, and what specifically were you perceiving? Just like looking around at.
I was trying to see if there's any like marks of any like magic, like for lame example, but if someone used like lightning bolt and there would be charred wood.
I'm gonna make you actually do a follow-up roll on that one. Do an Arcana check for me, please. I know it's not a great stat for you because it's an int stat, which is truly cruel for Arcana.
I got a 14 again.
14 again.
So. If there's any like ritual like thingies, or
you think there's no ritual markings. But with your 14,
anything like that,
you feel like something lingers here. This isn't something. This blood spray doesn't make any damn sense. Like people bleed down, or they bleed across, or they explode occasionally, and they bleed everywhere. But they don't. There's not just like there's no tracks in or out of this place. Fang's not smelling anyone. The blood isn't collected in anything, and it feels lingering. You look up. There's nothing like specifically above.
Are there trees above them or anything?
Yeah, there's trees. That thought comes to you like evil trees grabbing them up, right? Or some sort of sky predator.
Or something grabbing them from a portal or something like that.
Nothing like that, but you do feel like it's like the only times that blood spatter doesn't make sense is when supernatural things happen. Like, if a blade goes into someone, you know how they're going to bleed. If somebody gets shot with an arrow, you know how they're going to bleed. If they get dragged off, you know that it's going to trail, right? So I would say you don't know any details about it, but there is a suspicion that magically something may have happened here that possibly injured people, but you don't know what.
And there are
Well,
no
this-
footprints that like go out of camp or anything like that.
Nope. There's
It
some
turns out
footprints
this is
you
what
eventually
we've been
find
to.
that you walked in.
Yeah.
What?
It turns
Wait,
out
you're
this is
So
where
like
we've
summon
been
the
to.
noodle.
And like the portal just like ripped people in half when I appeared.
Oh
like,
my
"Hi!"
god. How dark would that be if I'd made that the thing?
Oh god.
I'd love it. Wouldn't
I mean, Hicks is in camp now, right? Or almost in
Yeah,
camp.
if you want them in camp, yeah, they're in camp.
Yeah.
Nothing
'Cause with
triggers
that,
when
he's
you
gonna
go into
kind of
camp
just
or
try and
anything
look
like that.
around and see if he can find out who these people were.
I want to start climbing the tree.
So, I mean, it's another
I
shit
wanna-
one, but I can fucking try.
I want to summon a noodle arcana check.
Noodle Arcana check.
So he's gonna investigate for any like, I don't know, identity documents or anything that identifies who the people who were here may have been.
And I'm gonna just climb into the top tree, like the actual overhead trees. And
Yeah.
just have a little gander.
Okay, give me just a moment.
Oh no.
I'll be right back.
But you know what comes? Jess, do you remember that spider fae I showed you? The huge fucking
Yes,
spider.
that's exactly what I was fucking thinking of. That's why I looked in the fucking tree.
No, that spider's a nice, friendly storyteller. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But he actually is. That's a really nice, happy, new friendly face for his old man. Spider.
No, thank you.
Oh no, and this is only it. Oh, maybe this is no, because I found where the hag came from, so this couldn't be it.
Okay. So, tree. Hold on. Give me.
No, Fang is also going to go up the tree.
Yeah, we're gonna do.
Tree
She's like
friends.
walking on the ground, and then she sees
So-
Yuri go up, and then she starts running up the tree.
We'll do.
Yuri's gonna sing a little ditty about being tree friends.
We'll do. We'll do. We'll actually do
Yeah,
Hicks's
tree
investigation first. Hicks, you start rifling through things to see if there's any identification. The only thing that you can identify anyone from is that these are people from not a drain; they're from the Synod. Because the money they have is stamped is Synod coin. All money is essentially about the same as you've discovered on the material plane. All of it's gold, silver, copper, and it's by weight. But each country has their own little like fucking seals that they stamp into their coinage for their official
How
thing.
much money do they have out of curiosity?
Like 15, 20 copper, not a lot.
Oh, quick question.
Like from
Who,
Sintown?
who added the loot? Who's our loot tracker? Who added all the
the things.
fucking
Oh, did we
60
take the
gold
stuff from the
worth of
hag?
shit? Yeah.
I will note down that you have it, but I'm not.
Okay, that can be just like if you have our little shared pool like that.
Yeah,
That's
here,
fine.
let me go on my DM notes and be like, I said it was 65 bits and bobs, 65 shinies worth of gold, and then I said you had 2 lesser restoration potions.
It might be good if I have the potions, guys, just because I've got the Healy stuff.
Yep.
And I have.
Certainly.
So I'll
I
add the
need to
potions.
prepare you all mentally for your future of D&D here in about a year or 2 from now. If anyone came through Baldur's Gate, they're just going to assume magic items and specialty items are just constant. They're just flowing. Because Baldur's Gate is thick with stuff, which makes sense. It's a video game. That's what video games do. But
Mhm.
But I was like, man, if you were like, this is my first D&D experience, and then you played in a thing and you played like 10 sessions, and finally somebody got like a cloak, you'd be like, man, this is bullshit. Where are all my magic scrolls that I can constantly use?
Oh yeah,
Not
no, I
interested.
don't want that. That's fine.
No, most people don't. And once they play it, they'll be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. This is a narrative experience, not a game mechanized experience where it's like, yeah, I need a lot of options because I'm playing it for 120 hours straight. 2 restoration potions. This is my... Okay, there we go. So I've at least noted them down. But yeah, and so you find a little bit of that. Otherwise, you just find normal stuff like a brush, like some soap, some rope, like typical I'm going camping gear. You don't find any significant weapons either, really, which leads you to believe that these were just normal fucking people. There is a short bow and some arrows, but it's clearly like a farmer's short bow and arrows. It's not like a hewn weapon. It's for basic hunting.
Yeah, it's just civilians.
Yeah, these are just civilians and everything, and that you can confidently say that you've spent that time. For those up in the trees, you're looking for things in any given direction?
Yeah, but I think I feel like we are looking, but there's also just a level of we're having a nice little tree time.
Okay, give me the perception or the survival checks as is necessary.
Come on, Fang, let's be the best
Oh, God.
possible. I got another 4.
I mean, combined, you got a 69, and that's pretty cool.
They got distracted by holding hands and kissing in the tree.
Nothing comes up that you all see that would like stand out of place in this type of thing. So again, there are like birds, there's probably some squirrels and stuff like that, but like normal woodland creatures. Everything seems completely normal. Nhudrel, on the other hand, with his 20 Arcana check, Nhudrel is like looking around the campfire and finds just a little tiny orb about the size of a large marble. Black, cloudy, looks like it might be glass, looks a little bit more durable than glass, and it's just sitting there in the center of the campfire. Nhudrel's like, I found this.
Is he holding it, or is he pointing at it?
He's holding it.
Does this look
God.
like some fuckery that I'm know about or used to?
I don't know if you would know about these, or this is a very specific thing. It's not like a gem that like you trap a soul in or anything like that. At least that's not what it doesn't look like. Those are things that powerful magic users can get a hold of. But yeah, it's just a little glass orb and everything. And with an Arcana check and not an identify spell or anything, I'm not going to give you all what it is. But it was dead center in the fireplace. That's where I found it. And you can, now that they're holding it up for Yuri, you can feel some magic popping off of it. As can you, Hicks. Like, it's obviously
Can I make a
arcane
guess?
in nature. Yeah, you can guess.
Is it a pearl of power?
So, unless I've same-minded it, since I don't know what a Pearl of Power is in 5e, but it could be relatively similar to that.
I've also got the name wrong.
Pearl of Power, you can use an action, speak a command word, and regain 1 expended spell slot. You're talking about a spell slot thing?
Yeah, I just thought it was a magic item that I knew about.
No, it's definitely not that.
Okay.
I'm happy to tell you that's not it. Upon close,
Is it a real black diamond, unlike the fake one we created?
No. It is an orb. It is a sphere. and and upon closer inspection, it is glass on the outside, but it does look almost opaque black. And when you really look at it in the kind of waning light of the kind of late, the late afternoon, early evening kind of thing, when you look at it real closely, it's not solid inside. There's like a swirling dark smoke inside of it.
Similar to
She's
Hix's
sticking
thing.
her head out the tree. Should you be holding that?
It doesn't seem to be activated. I would imagine there's some sort of spell or incantation that has to be activated.
Will you smash it?
Is this not similar to what's in Hix's thingy?
You'll have to DM me to remind me. I didn't review.
Hold on. Where is it?
What's happening with my internet?
Oh no, look at a mini sentence, but
I'll be back in 2 seconds. I think I can hear my dog whining.
Yeah, Hicks, when you look at it, it feels that's what I thought. I just didn't want to. I didn't have a good way of discussing it. It feels not dissimilar. It's not the same. You know, it's not the same, but
it feels similar.
It kind of feels like it might be in the like family of that.
Mm-hmm.
Thinks it'll drop out the tree. And look between Nhudrel, Hicks, and the orb.
Hicks would hold out his hand and ask Nhudrel if he can see it.
Of course. Yeah, Nhudrel hands it to Hicks without question.
But Hicks would, I guess, try like hold it up to the light and see if he can see anything within the black
give me a
swirly whatever the fuck it is. I don't know.
give me for Hicks. Give me a history or perception check with advantage because this is in the family of things. Fair.
19.
It takes you a while. You don't actually see anything inside of it, which is again not surprising, other than the dark swirling smoke. It's a lot darker, and you don't see anything inside of it. But then, as you're looking for it, just briefly, you just catch a glimmer of a small welcome back. A small speckle as you're looking at this orb, Hicks, of blood inside of it. Like just on the inside. At first you think it's on the outside of the glass, but you see it's on the inside of it.
I guess you'd like kind of like look at it again just to be like, did I actually see that correctly?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he's not familiar with anything that can have blood inside it. I don't think. So he would then just like turn back to everyone else and then just say, inside this swirling black mist, there is a glimmer, a shimmer of blood. I do not know why. I know a family of this orb, but not this orb itself.
What does it do?
I don't know. But if it's similar to the ones that I know, it's holding the blood for some reason.
I mean, blood is used for tracking people with scrying spells.
This has been here at least a day or two. No one's come to get it.
It might be the trapped blood of whoever was here in this camp, and whoever it belongs to just has not collected it yet. I have no idea what this is, other than what I have told you. And then he's going to hand it back to Nhudrel.
Nhudrel's like, okay. Shall we keep it, or shall we leave it where we found it?
Keep it. You don't know what they're going
Wait.
to do with it.
Can't Nhudrel over like a long period study the item for the similar effect to identify? I can't remember the exact rules on it.
Let me look. Features and trail, what does that be? Fighting style, second wind, action surge, spell casting, Eldritch Knight, weapon bond, perilous position, partially amphibian. I don't see. Do they have any
D&D 5th
rituals?
edition allows you to identify an item by spending 1 hour studying it.
Yeah.
So during a short rest, you can spend 1 hour studying the item.
Yeah, to see if they can do some research on it and figure out what it is. Yeah, they can.
So maybe have Nhudrel study it and then decide what we do.
Yeah. Do you all hang out here for an hour? Do you all make camp here or nearby here? Because
I wouldn't say in here. I think Hicks would suggest they move a bit further away.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, with some time, with some distance, you get further away and you make camp. And this is actually a good stop moment as Nhudrel figures this out. I have been studying this while you're now that we've been sitting in camp. It appears to be a capture device. But
Pokeball.
instead of capturing, it appears to pull in the physical form of things rather than the energy. I've heard of things that can capture spells or capture, and certainly things like bags of holding. But it appears that this is captured. This was built to capture something physical into it. So there is something inside of this.
It is
How'd you
probably
get
the
them out?
people.
You smash it?
I could probably break it, and that would release the spell. Yes.
That's
Are you sure
probably-
that's how it's done? Because with the family I'm familiar with, you do that and they're lost forever.
I do not know. I would need some more time. A disenchantment spell would probably do it. Or if I knew the maker, this does look like it's from here, the Synod. This looks like a magical device that might have been one of the things that they would produce.
Is this not Simtown by chance?
Yes, Sintown.
Okay.
So, and the version that they make, you just have to break it?
I don't know. I've never used it before. I am curious, though. Usually these are for, one being.
There are 2 in there.
But because a whole camp of people are... How many sets of plates were at the camp?
At least 2.
Oh.
I just don't like that they left the orb here. Unless they were playing with it. They might have been playing with it.
Or they are sacrifices for something else, and that their physical form is kept in that orb for easy transport.
It just feels weird that the orb was left.
For someone to pick up, yes.
Yeah, but why would they just put them in an orb and then leave them there? That feels... Because even like a bird could see a shiny thing and just pick that up. That doesn't seem very safe.
Capture and release parties. It's how some groups work.
Well,
Capture,
yeah, but
release, or capture and collect. In this
I un-
case, it's captured. Now
I
collection
understand
is what we're
that,
coming.
but like, they didn't try and hide it anywhere. Like it's like I said, a bird could take it, a mouse could, or a rat. Like this, there was no attempt to ensure that it was secure.
I don't know. For
Maybe
us, it
they
seemed
didn't
quite
know.
difficult to find in the fireplace. Took us a while. And
I
most
guess.
Maybe they did
normal
not
people
know the trap
wouldn't.
went off.
Yeah.
Most normal people wouldn't investigate such a disturbing scene.
I guess so.
But either way, the people are trapped inside. Most likely. Why? I don't know. Can we get them out? Don't know.
Well, I guess we shouldn't stay here.
People with powerful magical items don't often know how to use them. And there is just a chance that they accidentally triggered activation and pulled themselves into it. I've seen it happen.
That's what I
before.
said.
I think you're right, Yuri.
Yeah. See,
However,
they're just stupid.
However, I'm afraid that even if we let them out, they may not be. If this is like normal, they may not be alive.
Like shudders.
Hmm.
But I did see blood inside that orb, so no, they just maybe turned to a bloody mess, and they will not even come out in a physical form.